If today feels quiet, if you're fighting the urge to text them, or wondering why peace feels so uncomfortable, this conversation is for you. Welcome to Surviving Him. I'm Amber. If you're healing from emotional abuse, a toxic relationship, or simply trying to find yourself again, these next 5 minutes are for you. One of the hardest parts of healing after emotional abuse, a toxic relationship, or divorce isn't the ending itself. It's the silence that comes after. For so long, your life may have been filled with conflict, criticism, uncertainty, or emotional chaos. You became used to checking someone else's mood before you even speak. You learned to anticipate arguments before they even happened. You spent so much time trying to keep the peace that your own peace became unfamiliar. Then one day, it's quiet. There's no angry text messages, there's no criticism, there's no walking on eggshells. There's no wondering of what version of them you'll get today. It's just silent. And instead of feeling relieved, you may feel anxious. You may question what this new feeling is in the center of your chest. It's painful, it's tight, and that tightness moves to your throat. Now you're short of breath, and you can't find a way to release that pain. This is how my anxiety feels, and it can come out of nowhere when you least expect it. That reaction honestly surprises many people, but it's completely understandable. When you've lived in survival mode for months or years, your nervous system begins to expect constant stimulation. Chaos becomes familiar, and peace can feel unsettling. I always try to remind myself that I must go through the uncomfortable to become comfortable again. You may find yourself still reaching for your phone every few minutes, scrolling social media without even really paying attention, or turning on the television just to avoid the quiet. You might even catch yourself missing the relationship. Not because it was healthy, but because it filled every empty moment in your daily life. Silence has a way of bringing out our thoughts to the surface. An idle mind can be dangerous. It gives us space to replay old conversations, question our decisions, and wonder if things could be different. It invites grief, it invites anger, it invites regret, and most importantly, it invites sadness. And sadness sits right beside us. That can feel overwhelming. But it can also be where your true healing begins, only if you allow it to. So instead of trying to escape every quiet moment, try meeting yourself where there is curiosity instead of judgment. Ask yourself what you're feeling. Notice what thoughts keeps returning. Journal, take a walk, sit outside with your morning coffee, or simply breathe without rushing to fill the space. At first, it may be only a few minutes, and that's okay. Healing isn't about forcing yourself to enjoy silence overnight. It's about slowly teaching your mind and body that quiet is no longer a fear. It doesn't mean you need to be rescued to relieve your nervous system. As the weeks and months pass, something remarkable will begin to happen. The silence that once felt empty starts to feel peaceful. You begin hearing your own voice instead of the criticism you carried for so long. You remember what makes you laugh. You rediscover hobbies you abandoned because in many cases your life revolved around the abuser. You make decisions without asking for permission, and eventually won't even second-guess those decisions. You start building a life based on what you want instead of what someone else expected from you. The quiet becomes a place where you reconnect with yourself. It becomes a space where your confidence grows, your nervous system settles, and your heart begins to trust again. There will still be lonely days. Healing isn't a straight line, and there will be moments when the silence feels heavy. But each time you choose to stay present instead of running from it, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of creating peace. Real peace, not the fragile peace that depended on keeping someone else happy. The kind of peace that comes from finally feeling safe within yourself. If silence feels uncomfortable today, don't mistake that discomfort for failure. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're adjusting to a life where chaos no longer has a seat at your table. And one day you'll realize the silence you once feared has become your favorite place to be. Because in that silence, you found the person you were always meant to come home to. And that person is you. Thank you for spending a few moments with me. If today's episode encouraged you, you'll find more stories, free printables, and healing resources at survivinghim.com. Until next time, keep choosing yourself.